We are in phase two, and so today actually I complete 14 months exactly with my bike. That is Avenger 220 Street. I will also cover 14 months review in this ride. Whatever that I experienced with the bike and whatever that I know about it, I'm going to share in this video. So about Avenger 220 Street, it's pretty much a good bike. It's been 14 months now that I've been riding this bike, and I love it for a few reasons. See, if Avenger is going to be your first bike, or if you're not used to really high power bikes, it's a 220cc. So if you are used to bikes more than 220cc, then I would suggest do not go in for Avenger, because you will definitely not find Avenger that good in terms of power. So for people who are riding bikes that are less than 220cc, and if you want to go for a better engine or a more powerful engine, then Avenger is definitely a really good option. It's a cruiser bike, no matter, even if they call it street, it's a cruiser bike. So definitely it has all the comfort of a cruiser bike. If you plan on riding the bike for long distances, then it's comfortable, it's really good, and your posture is definitely really good on the bike. So definitely you generally don't have backaches and stuff like that. Now definitely the biking whole of the biking experience is generally a little tiresome. You cannot compare a bike to a car, so it has its perks, it has its cons, so you cannot just actually compare the two. Bike is a little tiresome, but then if you compare all the bikes, I would say cruisers are generally more comfortable. So Avenger is really comfortable. It is good in terms of engine and power, and do not compare it to Royal Enfield, that many people do. I know when you go out there to purchase a bike, or when you're looking at bikes, many people end up comparing Avenger to Royal Enfield. There is no comparison, because Royal Enfield is a 350cc engine or above, and it's not you cannot even compare the price. Avenger is cheaper. So power wise, cc wise, definitely there is no comparison to Royal Enfield. But specifically for people with height issues, like for me, I am 5'3", so for me I had pretty much very less options when I wanted to purchase a bike, because I needed both my legs to touch the ground when I'm on the bike. Trust me, you need that. And with this bike, and that was possible. The height of the bike is less. With Royal Enfield, I took a test ride of Royal Enfield too, but my legs were not touching the ground, completely touching the ground. I was on my toes, so that's not very comfortable. And it being a 200 kg bike, if you your legs are not touching the ground properly, it is very difficult to maneuver. That is one plus point in case of Avenger, even though it's also. far as the suspension goes, I would say Avenger does not has one of the best suspensions in the world. If you compare it to the bikes in that particular range or that segment, I would say I have tried Apache. Apache has a better suspension compared to Avenger. Uh, Avenger does not have that good a suspension, but because I think the posture of the bike is really good and seat is good, you don't feel the jerks so much. So it somehow hides the bad suspension. And secondly, the front seat is comfortable. It's pretty much comfortable. The pillion is not. Pillion somehow, I don't know what they did with the pillion seat, or maybe because I'm not used to sitting pillion. But whenever I sit pillion, I get leg cramps and I get pains, all sorts of pains in every part of my body. So I would say that pillion is not very comfortable. The riding seat though is very comfortable. It's fine. I have not yet done any kind of modifications to the bike since I had this in my mind for the first year. I would not change anything in my bike. So whatever it is as it came out of the showroom. I did not change anything in the bike. So basically, the review is all about what the company gives you and nothing modified. I've seen people modifying Avenger. People change many things. I mean, you can even change the seat, you can add more padding. I would suggest for people with height issues, instead of going in for a Royal Enfield Classic and then changing the seat, reducing the suspension, reducing the padding of the seat so as to make the height suit your height, height of the bike suit your height. I would suggest rather go in for a Avenger and add more padding to your seat. That would give you more comfort, riding comfort. Because if you plan on riding for more than a couple of 100 kilometers, then that padding really helps. You need to have a proper seat. You need to have a really comfortable position. Otherwise, you really cannot ride more than 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers, even if it's not very comfortable, you can manage. But once you cross 100, the bike needs to be really comfortable for you to ride on.